Show on stream. There we go. All right, now I can turn it around. All right, guys, we back. I got my phone set up on the ground, going live. Let's get to the daily time frame. So it's not the best, but let's see if we can remedy that just a little bit. You guys just give me a second. Just trying to get my video set up on the ground. I want to go live on the ground too. Bam. There we go. So y'all can somewhat see what I see for the most part. Hold on, guys. All my YouTube people, just bear with me 1 second while I get this phone situated. Bam. That's the best we're going to get. All right, fuck it. Okay, so last week we were kind of expecting the bulls to continue. We did get a push up to kind of hit into this this last little gap area right here on the daily. So we did get a push right above this high slightly, or it pretty much tapped into that area right here. This high, this candle kind of tapped right up in there. Man, that's a little better. Man, so might have to turn your phone to the side to view this. I don't know if that's gonna work for you guys, but we're gonna try it out. If not, I'll swing back to my full view, because the only way to do it, to get it in full view, is to not drop my phone. All right. If y'all watching that on playback, that was a roller coaster. But nonetheless, we're going to get it together. Because there's really no way for me to show everything. Okay. That's good enough. All right. So what we've been looking at on the bearish side was these levels right here that I have. We placed this basically on the 4 hours, just showing different price levels that the bulls can want to reach to. And if we zoom out, you'll be able to see a little better. And it's these swing lows. We had one here, we had one here, then we have the main one down here. The first swing low from this lowest low that was created on July 14th. Yeah, that was the lowest point of the year, I believe. Let me see that green. Oh yeah. So yeah, this is the news lowest point that was created in July 14th. And we had a first swing high, swing to the upside. Then we had a followed by a second and a third, and then we started coming into this consolidation area where it was undecided if it wanted to continue, do a swing low and continue lower, or continue higher. And as you can see, we did continue higher. This was August 12th, 14th, 15th, so that was right at the beginning of the week. So basically, this whole past week was bearish and came down to this key zone right here of support, right in this price range, pretty much from, I would say, 69 flat to right up in this area to 68.70. And that's pretty much where we are sitting at right now on the 4-hour. It's showing signs of exhaustion and potential signs that it wants to turn around and head back bullish. But we won't know that, and we won't confirm that on the 4-hour unless it breaks above this recent high, which is at 69, 67, 68, 69, 69, 69, 68. Up in this area right here on this green line. We wouldn't call market to turn line right here, this price area. So with that being said, we just need to look at the smaller time frames and see if it's creating higher highs and higher lows. That would give us indication that it could potentially head up to this recent high that's shown here on the 4-hour. Of course, on the daily, that's where we set our previous day highs and lows, and we look to see price action on a smaller time frame as it plays into that area, and we catch trades accordingly. Just like I said on my recent post, nobody knows the full direction, but we have clues that the market shows us. You give it a area of potential, a high target and a potential low target, and you just wait for the smaller time frame to create breakout patterns and higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, in that trend continuation to the next target of your choice. My target on the daily still is this double high, this strong liquidity area up here as far as bulls. We are breaking below this last little swing situation on the daily. We didn't close below it. If I zoom in so we can see a little better right here, this low. We didn't close below it, so for it to be a true continuation for the bears, we would need a strong close below. All this price that's dipping down, that's nothing we're interested in. We really want to see price close below, then do some type of retest for a continuation down. So we want to see it close below this area. And this little 69.10 and continue down for sales if that's what the market is going to do. So with that being said, we know this low that it can close below is 68.69. So let's see what that looks like on the 4-hour, which was this low right here. It stemmed from the August 5th low, 68.69. And like I said before, we did not close below. Even on the 4-hour, price just tapped into this zone 3 times, showing signs of rejection. And that's a good thing. That's clue number 1. You know, we didn't get no close belows. So that is clue number 1. Well, we want to look for more clues to see if we're going to continue higher or lower. You know, we didn't get the first clue of bearish continuation until we closed below this recent low from the 5th on the 4-hour. But we did see rejection. We had 3 wick rejections areas. So right now it's showing signs that it wants to reverse. But we don't know that in all actuality. We really don't know that. So, like I said, as far as for bullishness, we need to see a close above 69.70. So we go to the 1-hour. I think still no price below this low of 68.69. 68.69 is right here. So actually we did get a close below on the 1-hour. It was at 10 a.m. on Friday. Then price quickly rejected that. Tried to break a little lower on the next 1-hour, but as you can see, it closed in a bullish body. Still a doji situation, but closing a bullish. Then we get another hourly candle trying to close below, but no bearish continuation. The next candle quickly reverse. Nothing engulfing, no real inside bars. I mean, this not real considered a good inside bar with this doji coming after that. But it could be signs of reversal if everything lines up. And right now we didn't get that. Like, for instance, this would be a nice sign of reversal if we at least broke above this candle's high, the new low that was trying to create, and the candle that broke below that that recent low from the 5th. Did not continue lower, and the next candle after that did not continue lower with a full bearish body. It closed in a doji fashion and continued back bullish, but like I said, it didn't even go above that previous and last bearish candle. I mean, that's at least one sign. At least you got to give me that, you know, a close above that to even have my mind frame looking at bullish signs. So it's a lot of patience and a lot of confirmations that you need to give yourself before you jump into a trade, because yes, it can come up here. Yes, it can break this low and continue lower, but we need to see signs on the we need to have a roadmap on the higher time frame. We need to see the signs broken down in smaller increments on a smaller time frame that go hand in hand with what the larger time frame is telling us. So like I said, it's a lot of patience, man. You know, you waiting hours for these candles to close to really give you an indication on where market is heading. And that's pretty much the time frame you want to do that on. You don't want to look for direction and where the market could be heading on the 30-minute, 15-minute, and anything smaller than that, because you don't really get a real good picture. I mean, even with the hourly, this is not the best ideal picture of the market, but at least we getting 2 whole days of price action. You know, like that's something. I mean, we got really 2.5. We're going on 3 days of full price action. If I move it over, I probably could get a full 3. So there you go, 17, 18, 19. 3 days of price action. So as I say, at least as if you're viewing it on the laptop screen, the hourly is the lowest time frame you want to look for any type of direction. And from that, you can drop down to the 15 or the 5 to get a more tailored idea of what direction price is going to head. Here in a second, we're going to pull up some news for the week that help us determine on when not to be in the trades or when to take profit prior to news being released. So it's one thing we always like to look at, to have that in the back of our minds, to know exactly when and where news will be released. Let's see. Make sure everything connected. Excellent connection. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our previous daily high and low parameters so we can morning on Monday. So what I basically like to do, I just set I locate the previous day after the new daily candle is open and starting to print, which is around like 4-5 o'clock New York time. And I mark up the high point of the wick, the low point of the wick, and then this purple line is notating the midnight open New York time. So let's set that right now. Zoom in so I get a better idea on what we're printing. Drop that down, and then when I get to the 1 hour time frame, I get a little bit more closer with price action. That's cool. So I drop down to the 1 hour and I confirm my highs. So I know after 1600, whatever the high is, which is basically the high, this is a recent high, this candle right here. If y'all can see it, let me move it over right here. This red bearish candle, that's the actual high of the new day, which is now the previous day. And then the low, which is obvious, we can move that a little closer. Make sure that's dead ass at the low. And then we're gonna mark our midnight open, which I zoom in and find double low midnight, which is right here. We already have it set right at the open. Market open, close bullish, bearish. So this is the open up here. And basically we just monitor. What I've seen doing this in the past month or two, I've seen right after we get a New York open of midnight, the London session typically tries to tinker around in that price range, and it'll either blast past it and create a lot of fake outs and situations. If you're patient enough, you can catch some awesome moves that'll lead you into New York, just like this did on Friday. So as you can see, around London, we get an opening right here, and then price for the next 3 hours during that opening tried to break higher but couldn't. And even previously after market open, the market tried to break higher but couldn't, and then held strong at that midnight open price. So around 5 a.m., if you was up witnessing all these candlestick closes and how they're actually closing, and realizing this is basically pretty much an engulfing of this doji, then you would catch sales from this price area since you're saying it was rejected multiple times, and you can put a stop above the highest point, which would be at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, you can even put price above the highest point if you even want to be that safe. But I would say above this recent high is good enough. Sorry, live. Look like y'all going through a little glitch right now. But nonetheless, you take sales from this point, or if you want to take the safe side, you wait for New York open, which it did right around this price area into 8 o'clock. Try to push back up into the lows of that. Did a nice little hand clap, a little pass the baton, if you will. And then New York continued on with the sell off. And how I would have played this is I would have noticed that, okay, we got rejections coming from the hourly. We got a 5-hour strong rejection and a nice little body close. And then the 6-hour is breaking to the downside, but didn't close below this, the current low that we have. Just pretty much tapped it. Then right around 7 o'clock, we see price even drop further, but we always want to wait for candles to close because we really don't know in what condition the market would be as far as volatility. So we got to be patient and be cautious on our eagerness to get into a trade. So with that being said, us knowing that this is the low that it needs to break to, give us that furthermore confirmation of sales. What's going on, man? Sorry, y'all, my Instagram was messing up. But we got the rejection over here for sales. At 6 o'clock, 6:15, you would have saw on a smaller time frame. This is a prime area to get in. I mean, we got a wick to fill. It's prime for the morning volatility. London already told you it couldn't break higher, so at least you got a chance to roll a dice and take that risk. You got a lot of things working for you in your favor that the bears will continue with this downward movement. Obviously, you would typically see some kind of rejection or some type of support at the lowest point. Like, market would want to test some kind of area. And also, luckily at that same time, that's when New York was about to open up. So yeah, New York want to get settled up. They want to catch their orders at the highest point and then sell off. A lot of retail traders is probably looking to buy in this area, has stops below here. I mean, this did break above this recent high on this downturn that even created all this reason for testing. The fact that this candle moved down even gave it, the notion that we were gonna head bearish. But of course, we got a recent low and we got to test that low to see how strong it is. And it was pretty strong. Market did move way down here on a bullish type of move, but it couldn't close below. Close bearish, giving us a nice little pin. Price moved up, no continuation, not even a continuation after that strong green big body bullish move. But we did get an engulfing reversal. Prime entry. You would have entered in at 68.82. And I would say if you didn't get out this low, where this body closed at from creating this low, that would have been prime area for you to take profits or get out of the trade altogether. Reason being because if you can see, price gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chances to get out of this sale before it started to show signs that it wanted to continue higher. But this is Friday, low volatility, so we can't expect the world to be handed to us on Friday. So we got to take it with a grain. We got to take it with a grain. So that's me breaking it down on the 1 hour. How I really would have taken this trade is I would have noticed, first of all, let's say I woke up at 5 after seeing all this rejection from London, seeing this wick right here, and then this wick right here, I would have been like, okay, we are moving bearish. So if price is volatile leading into London, we should fill all these wicks. Then when I see this 5 o'clock candle closing below the body, closing bearish, that's when I'm ready to go. I'm ready to enter trades, and I would blindly enter trade as price breaks the low of this candle. Yeah, you want to wait for candles to close, but I have enough confirmation with London not breaking higher. The New York open price is holding a good resistance close above. And then you get leading into New York open, a continuation of bearishness. So everything played out. We got both wicks to fill. And not only that, we created another wick at the bottom of this tested resistance that we had to test as price moves down to this low. You know, you didn't notice until 7 o'clock in the morning, but you would have been pleased with the trade. Like I said, everything is a series of random events. Nobody knows exactly where and how the market and when the market will get to certain price levels, but we can read the clues and locate or create the roadmap for price to continue to the next zone. So with that being said, like I said, after this confirmation of the rejection, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you get up, you see wicks with a potential of it filling it. Now, my other clue that I have are the swing lows that we've seen on the 1 hour and how they played out. This high was followed by a candle that broke below. It don't necessarily got to close below, but it does need to create a lower low from the previous highest candle on a reversal type fashion or a turnaround or however you want to call it, a pullback. So we saw that play out. We had a high, and I like when the highs are also created in a bearish candle. So that's even giving us more confirmation that we want to turn around and head bearish. Then again, not my ideal, but still, this is a great situation when you get the highest candle, whether if it's a bullish or bearish turn out of the body. But the very next candle closes, breaks the low of the previous high candle on a swing lower, and closes below. Like I said, it don't have to close below, but it at least needs to wick down and break this low. And I saw how those trades played out. And not only we're breaking this key level right here, you know, we go back. What was it right there? Yeah, with us breaking this key level right here, breaking it down right there in the evening Asian session. We've been bearish all week. So if anything, if any signs of reversals where market want to turn bullish is going to happen right around this area. Uh, Notice price didn't break above this high. Got right up to the price, but didn't break above. We broke through it, but we didn't close above. That's what I meant to say. We didn't close above this high. So the signs is all in the candlesticks. It's gonna tell you. Right now I'm on a 1 hour fact, but the signs is all in the candlesticks. It's gonna tell you when, where it's gonna go, and if it wants to break. You just gotta be patient and wait for the candlestick patterns to show their hand. Like I said, we had a nice smooth reversal right here. Previous low of this high candle, the candle that created the recent high. Got another one right here. Price created a recent high over here, right in this area, then broke that low. So that's where you would enter a trade for the sale. This is a nice little reversal, but I wouldn't have taken that because price did not break this low. Did create a high right here. If you can see right there, it did create a high. That was a high. The low. Yeah, it sold off, but I wouldn't have took that trade because as you can see, it broke back above with a vengeance. But all I'm looking for is this high to be broken above and continue high for me to know that the bulls are in control and they maybe want to push it higher. That didn't play out. Price tapped into that area, but did not close above, and actually it went straight to the pip. You know, I have to get a strong confirmation if it did close above or not, but nonetheless, as far as the hour, it closed pretty much damn near to that high, and that's reversed around. Reversed around. It could have closed up here, but it didn't. It just wicked up. It closed where it wanted to because everything is based off of algorithm. This is not somebody with their money making price go to certain areas. They go to certain zones, but not to the T like this. This is all algorithmic. Humans can't do this shit. It's computers. So as you can see, we got another high up here, and then price broke that low, and that's why I would have took that sell. Stops above this. And then another situation, another high, price broke that low right here and sells off. And as you can see, for the rest of the week, that's pretty much all it did. And what's up, my boy?
What's happening, brother?
You already know.
For
I'm
sure,
on
for
here.
sure.
Got the live going on the gram. Got the live going on YouTube.
Oh, fire. Nice.
Hmm.
Let me tap in on the ground, man.
And fat word in that boy right quick.
Oh yeah, from from
Yeah,
uh from Instagram.
yeah.
Okay,
And he was on just
nice.
tapping in.
Yeah,
But
man, I need
yeah,
to hit up.
guys, that's basically how we would look at those sales. What you saying? You got to hit them.
Yeah, man, just to see he's still been on it or not.
Right. So yeah, that reversal that I was looking at in the morning, it is probably not my ideal, but the fact that the market showed signs of resistance and could not break higher of this New York Open during London was enough confirmation from that time period to let me know that the bears were still in play. And as you can see, if you would have waited, you got a nice wick right here. Also with this previous old wick, and then 5 o'clock in the morning, you get a candle close showing you another clue that is maybe headed lower to fill these wicks. And as you can see, price did that. And also it created another wick on this reversal from this low for you to fill. And as you can see, market did fill that wick. So I would look to get in and I would try to catch a confirmation of this. Basically, you would see move probably on a 15-minute that would get you into a sell, and the market actually played out in your favor. So yeah, this would have been probably a prime sell for me right here with this high candle, and then you get a break below the low on the 15-minute because I feel as if price action from a high point doing a reversal from a resistance area, especially a strong through, is if this will be a primary to sell from. You at the top, you could put stops above the recent high, above the recent daily high. If you're close enough, that's a good little area. And just ride out that sell. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, at least your management should be at a certain point so where you're not getting stopped out no 20, 30 pips. No, it's just a whole lot of patience at play, and you just the market. Mark Douglas says, it's a series of random events, and every time I up, and it randomly falls in line with the current trend, and you randomly see all of the confirmations that the multi-time frame analysis gives you, then you randomly open that trade, and the outcome will be random. You would not win every trade. That's big facts. What you think about that, Jay? You still on with me? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you still.
man. No, I agree with everything.
All
What
right.
you pretty much saying and break it down is finding that edge. You won't win
Yep.
every trade, but if you have an edge against the market or edge on the market, then the outcome will be, in your favor, higher
Right.
probability of being in your favor. So, yeah,
Right.
I mean, and, just to kind of break all that down, yeah, you spot on, man.
No, big
You will
fact.
not win every trade, but, to find an edge along with, um, managing your risk and, risk to reward, if that ratio is, ideal along with an edge, then you should operate like a robot. Every time you see that setup, you should make that happen.
No, for 100% accurate. At the end of the day, man, don't make it harder
I was about to say,
because
yeah, the moment you
it's
make this
not.
hard, that's when it's not good. This is the most boring thing, Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Once it get easy, hell yeah.
it should be that way for most people. I know it's exciting and all that stuff, but if it's boring to you, that means you know what you're doing. You
Yeah,
know.
you probably doing something right.
Yep. If your heart start beating and you get all antsy and your palms are sweating and itching and all that stuff, then you don't know what you're doing.
Mm-mm.
You know.
Not at all. And it's your best bet to step away from the markets and reanalyze your edge.
Yep.
Reanalyze your edge and reanalyze your risk parameters because probably you got a $200 account and you're trying to turn it into 20 grand in a week because you saw somebody on YouTube did it.
Yep. And that's the thing too. Is like you trade for you. Don't do it for the post you seen or what somebody else is doing or something like that. Like trade for you, and you grow within your journey of trading. Your journey is going to be completely different from somebody that you've seen on YouTube or Instagram. Like I guarantee that. So, um, for you to get, I don't know, like, yeah, it's motivating or something, but naturally you're just going to have that, like, um, that Michael Jordan, anything you can do, I can do better type of attitude. And it don't work like that. Just like, you do it your way,
Right.
get better as your own trader and see what works for you. Because what works for one person ain't gonna work for the next man. So
You're right. 100% right about that, bro. How you looking from last week? How was your last week?
It was good.
Was it slow?
I mean, it was okay. It wasn't. It was pretty slow, as far as like I didn't get in a trade every day, but the ones that I
Right.
did, it worked out. Just being patient, wait for it to play out.
Nice.
You know.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. Last week was it was easy for the most part. I mean, it was basically a big sell-off. So if you caught any of those moves, you would have been good. I mean, it was a week for learning a lot of things. If you're still in that learning phase, but typically when the market drops like that or goes bullish like that, if you get caught up in the wrong side of the trend, typically in a week's time, it's enough price action and enough volatility for you to make back your losses, with proper risk management, because you're not going to keep beating a dead horse if you keep buying and you seeing lower lows get created on every time frame. Eventually you go join them if you can't beat them.
Yep. No, you're totally right. And that's
So
that's kind of what it is, because you can't beat the institutions and the banks and stuff that really makes this move. So just like you say, if you can't beat them, join them. So you need to, you
right,
know, always look at the big picture. See what your
right.
4 hours, see what your daily
In
is.
hands.
Yeah,
That's exactly what's gonna. I know y'all on the people on the ground. I don't think nobody on, but I know y'all can't hear the full conversation. But if y'all go to YouTube, click on the live, you'll be able to hear Scully in the background.
yeah. I still see sales going down to, I don't know,
Yeah,
like,
I'm still. I
yeah,
mean, I still got my 4 hour areas marked, bro. Like right here.
yep,
Market likes to attack weak lower. It likes to dip into that area, hit stop losses, and continue higher. Or that's just areas that every time you break these swings, we going stronger bearish. With the
yeah,
4 hour looking on this side, it is prime for. I mean, I don't see too much bearish. I mean, bullish action from this point. I mean, maybe on a smaller time frame, but not on the 4 hour the way it's setting. I really don't see it, and I think it could turn around from right now, wherever it is right now. It continue. I strongly believe that, but nobody knows. I'm just going by how the candlesticks are printed out.
yeah, yeah.
I think the best time frame to watch is the 1 hour and to see exactly what it does. But if it does goes bullish, got some levels right here and right up in here. I can see it tapping into and even higher. Like all these little zones on the 1 hour. It shows better on the and if you go high on the daily, you might even see other moves, which I already have printed out up here. This line is all daily
Right.
price action. But yeah, it does have some targets. If we break above this recent daily high of 69.22 right up in this area. I could
Hmm.
see it happening that, but it got to tell me a story, you know. It got to create a story for me to read. So at this time, let's jump to these news. See what we got. The news that you can use
Yeah.
to get it all the way popping. Monday evening, Australian news. We got Tuesday morning, new home sales, 8 a.m. Wednesday morning, really it's at 7 a.m. I think. Yeah, 7 a.m. My bad. No, I mean 9 a.m. I'm tripping. 9 a.m. Tuesday, new home sales. Wednesday, 7:30, we got durable goods. And then in the evening on the US, 7 p.m., we have Jackson Hole Economic Symposium. Not how many times, I'm not sure how many times that news release comes out, but that's a real one. And Thursday, of course, we got the same old initial and continuous jobless claims. And Friday, got a lot of news. So this week gonna be crazy. We got personal income, personal spending, goods trade balance, and Powell is giving a fire ass speech 9 o'clock in the morning on a Friday.
Oh yeah, that's an easy one.
And also, and Friday 7 p.m. the markets will be closed, but there's another news event, the Jackson Hole Equity. So that's not gonna even affect the markets, but if you're gonna move markets, it will show the following week. And the following week, if I'm not mistaken, is I want to say it's prime for non-farms payroll. September 1st gonna be next week. So it's a lot of things to consider. We're at the end of the month, so we're gonna have that last fourth weekly candle closing for the month. We got a monthly candle gonna be closing. Got non payroll coming out next first week of next month, so it's gonna be pretty busy for the Australian dollar pair and all pairs for that matter. So let's look at the weekly. Let's see. We had so market came down, created a low, started a push back higher, waiting to see if we was gonna be bullish, but we didn't break the recent lower high, so we're still bearish. But this previous month, the first week of August was bearish, a little rejection after we broke out into these new price areas, old price areas, whatever you want to call it. Then the following week, the second week, price shot all the way up. Everybody knew for sure we was bullish. Put your house on the market, we're going to the moon. And price did not do that. It actually turned around right after filling this little price gap right here. And not only did it turn around, but it engulfed the previous candle on a weekly. Right here, it engulfed 3 weeks, if you will. It engulfed the previous week, the beginning week of August, and the last week of July. So that is a powerful candle, the third candle of August. So this last week, you got a lot of pressure. You got a lot to show. Will you hesitate? Will you continue back bullish and create this weird consolidation of a lot of pips? Who knows? If I had to put money on it, I'm gonna put my money on the Bears. Just like a football game. I'm gonna put my money on the Bears. I think they have more room for growth, more room for continuation of the pattern that they're creating. And I mean, I bet if you look at it from an economic standpoint to the fundamentals, I'm pretty sure it would show or lead you to believe that this pair is looking for a sell-off and it's prime for a sell-off. And all these pushes is just something the market is supposed to do when it's on some sort of a reversal pattern. Now, if it's on a reversal pattern and it takes out the recent lower high, then not only is that a reversal pattern, but we also are starting to turn this market into a. But we won't know that till you let the market do what it's supposed to do. Good time. Like I said, let's scan back. I'm always talking about this. You got the low of last year, new low of this year. Ever since the year started, we was bullish. Try to create a new high prior to the previous year. Last failed to do so, did not close above, had a strong wick, and that wick was created, I remember it was on a Tuesday. Some would call that a turnaround Tuesday type of move, but not only was it on a Tuesday, but I believe it was right after NFP, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It was a Monday or a Tuesday. It was, but nonetheless, it was early in the week for that. Basically, it was so early in the week that if the market would have stayed up here and it was really gonna be bullish, like this was gonna be one of the longest weekly candles we ever seen. And not to say you can't have one, but it was just odd to see a long bullish candle at the top. Usually you see those forming from the bottom or within the continuation of the trend. But to see it form at the top, that was like, I don't know about that one. And you would do it up here to take out all these stop losses, all these get all this liquidation, liquidity for you to have a massive sellout as you can see on the weekly. So had I known and analyzed it to the T around this, yeah, I would have got into a very large position and just held. But nobody holds forever. Probably would have got out of that trade as it broke this low, especially when I see this candle reverse on the weekly. So you know, you live and you learn on some shit. But nonetheless, I mean, I look at these patterns on a 15-minute smaller time frame and I see the same thing. So if it's playing out on the weekly, then yeah, I'm pretty sure I can have the same amount of confidence on any time frame that I see. I just gotta know and understand that you got to train yourself to get out of certain trades when you see the same pattern that got you into the sale, you see a reversal and a buy opportunity. That's what the signs you need to look for to get out of those trades, because you don't want to be stuck by thinking like say for instance you sold from here and you stuck into this buy thinking like, oh, it's just go reverse around. Yeah, it will reverse around, but once you see that first little sign or maybe this sign that it's about to break these highs, get out of that sale, man. Let the price come all the way up to where where your level of comfortability that was at an all-time high, and just catch sales again if you really strongly believe in sales, or start to train yourself to catch the counter trend. and catch buys on the way up going against your trade. It's all kind of ways you can attack the market once you get your confidence up. But nonetheless, I feel like this last week of the month, we can't look at the monthly time frame on Oanda on the desktop, but I don't know if you could pull it up on your phone, Jay, and see, just give a brief overview on what you feel like the monthly is looking like, being that it's about to close this next week. And does it show what the weekly shows?
Yeah, so the monthly has a previous month was actually a bullish candle, but it was like a pin bar. So it has a wick
Bullish.
for this
Let me see if I can see that
yeah,
on the
bullish.
weekly. The market of
And it
July
has a wick
start
for it to fill. Yeah, right there, that area.
the area, and then it closed up here.
So potential to like 67,
So
67.10.
the previous month had
Yes,
got you, because the drop from last week created the wick on the current month.
that's yeah,
Got you.
yeah.
Well,
So because it reached to the top, and then it rejected at those areas of like 71.40 on the monthly, and now it's just been selling off since then.
mhm.
So if it breaks below 68, I don't know, 68.75 or something, then yeah, we have a target of like 67, 67.20, 67.10 type of area.
Got you. Yeah, I see that on the daily.
Hmm.
I can see it on the weekly.
Yeah, I was looking at that on the monthly actually on my phone, but yeah,
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Well, that makes sense.
yeah.
That makes sense. And the monthly candle of July also has a bottom wick, because that was the
Hmm.
reversal point. Because the weekly has a bottom wick, July 17th, July 13th.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel as if it's gonna continue that. We got the daily and the 4 hour, looking like it want to try to swing up. Like the 1 hour finally broke out to the upside.
Yep.
See how high it's gonna go. Hmm, what's the high? It is 68.74, 68.74.9. I do some potential entries I could have got in, but it's not my ideal to get in that early on Sunday. But 6 o'clock and 7:15, 7:30 could have been a nice little buy opportunity on a small time frame.
Yeah.
But wasn't the best. It's not your edge. Put it like that.
Yeah. Right now, I'd be
Big
looking
trade.
forward to hit an area of resistance and catch the sell.
768, 75. Actually, it was pretty good. Yeah. You been watching any games?
No, not really. I mean, soccer games, but that's it.
Yeah, I've been. I heard about this new guy, but I forgot his name. I want to say he was with Manchester, I think, but he supposedly just got a big ass contract, like some Messi type numbers. Ronaldinho. But I have to
Yeah,
look at him and see. I have to get his name and see if you know about him. But everybody was talking about him like he a household name almost.
yeah. The biggest addition, like in the soccer world, would be Aaron Hiling. He's a
Mm,
he used to play for Dortmund, and now he's signed with Manchester City. But I don't know for how much or whatever. But
gotcha. Now this guy was like a Cuban Mexican guy.
hmm,
I think his first name or last name started with a C. I do remember that, but I have to pull him up, probably find it. Got that big push. A new hour.
Can you hear me, bro?
yeah, the sound is real different.
You say you can still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just took my headphones out right quick.
Okay.
I want to make sure. You got into that buy?
Uh-uh.
Okay. I was about to say, that was a good ass buy. Right quick.
Yeah.
85,
I just don't
to
see where I would have.
95. Almost a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the 15-minute, it looks rough. I mean, I would have got into it trusting this area right here. This whole situation that happened, this 15-minute that pushed higher, created a little pinball situation. Being that I saw that and
Yeah.
price didn't test that, and then it created a lower high right here and didn't test that, like maybe up in this area right here or up in this area. Like I said, 6 o'clock, about 7:15, I would have took a buy if I was looking at my computer and I was really analyzing
Right.
that little point situation. I would have probably got in right around there, and
Yeah.
would have been into profit probably at this wick, or maybe put a wait till price come here and then put like a 10 pip stop, lock in profit, and let it ride to this high up here.
Right.
If that's what it's gonna do. Have you ever looked at like a series of your trades that you typically take a lot of times, like your ideal setup, and then you kind of monitor like maybe your wins and losses or win rate or anything of that nature to see how the strategy is working out? Have you ever done that before?
I should.
Or do you do that? Right.
No, I don't. I don't do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, I was just saying that to say, like, speaking on how Mark Douglas talk about, a series of trades and gathering that data to give
Right.
you an outlook on how your strategy is working out for you. But I know it's all random, a lot of times with your availability and ability to even focus.
Mm-hmm.
I already know, bro. So you ain't know none of them Pokemon cards I
Nope.
have.
None of them.
Yeah, I was looking for the Charizard, the hologram VMAX.
Did you find one?
Hell no, niggas. If some guy had one, there's this auction app that we use called Whatnot, where you can sell, collectibles and stuff on auction. And it's, you go live, and it's like a social media platform, but people be selling all kind of stuff. And a guy, he had some cards, some Pokemon cards, and he had a Charizard, like a hologram VMAX, and he put it on auction for like 20 seconds. He started it at $18 and it sold for $620.
$620.
Yep, in 20 seconds. The bids was just going up. Like he started that boy and he said go, and people was just bidding it up 50, 120, 400, 500, 600, 620.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah, that let me know that car probably worth more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, bro. We went to this little card shop that we go to, that we had a little relationship with the owner, and we went in there, bro. It was like kids. It was half kids and half grown ass adults in there copping Pokemon cards in new boxes. Yeah, that basketball, baseball, it's still lit, but yeah, that Pokemon, they had a whole section in the car store, and the box was just flying. I'm talking about grown ass men coming in there. Yeah, let me get this box and that pack.
Dang.
No, big facts. It's not just a kid's art form anymore.
I mean, shit, it started when we was young, so we got some dudes that just stuck with it.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. I didn't realize it is an old thing. But it's just so crazy that in actuality, the cards are really used as a game.
Yep.
Like it's not sports cards in the fact of just stats and maybe truth about him or something about that written out on the back of a card. Like it's actually what you can do with this character, how many points he has if he hits you, what he can't get hit by if you man, it's all kind of stuff. This crap is very interesting.
Yeah.
It's like that magic game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. We're gonna just go through some final remarks. I think we still feel the market has a lot of bullish. A bearish attack areas, and even this lowest point, this new lowest point of the year. But
Yeah.
this is a little zone, you know, right here. Market tapped into it, created another little zone right here, broke lower back down to this area. Then this price came back down to this area. So this whole area is like a big conglomerate of price. And as you can see, we back in this area. So we are primed for a reversal, a bullish reversal, but we both felt as if the market should have done what we thought it was supposed to do and just continue with that move. You know, at least for this week. You know, this swing right here, we thought this was going to be a continuation of bullishness, but it fell off Wednesday and never looked back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you see price coming up here? Breaking this high, maybe breaking this high, maybe tapping into this area before it continues down, or what you think?
Looking at that 4 hour, I can see it tapping up into 69.20 and then turning around.
I got you.
6,900 to 69.20, just in that range, and then it's going to turn back around. I don't see it finishing off this week bullish, but you know, like I said, it can do anything.
It can. I agree with you, and I feel like if it's gonna go here, I feel like it's gonna at least probably come up to this high, and I'm gonna leave that right there.
Yeah.
Just to see. I already got this area marked as the previous high, so that's a good range of what you targeting. I think it can go high as up here if it wants to, and then continue lower. So we're gonna see how it plays out. We'll update the gram with some screenshots, and y'all can continue on with this ride of the Australian dollars. You know, just see us catch these moves, man. But until then, we'll be back next Sunday, same time. All right, brother.
Already know. All right, man.
We're gonna see you next Sunday, bro.
All right, man. I'll catch up with you.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace.